All right, good morning, everyone. We'll begin the press conference with St. Louis head coach John Hackworth. We'll start with questions in the room and then go to Zoom if there are any questions. For those on Zoom, just remember it's a webinar, so please use the raise your hand function and I'll unmute your line. But with that, we'll start with questions in the room.
Hi, John.
Hey, Tom.
First off, just what's Roman's status for tomorrow?
Roman is probably a game day decision. Still dealing with some pain in his back, and so just trying to be careful. But we also, our medical staff and our doctors are on it, and so hopefully we'll have him available.
I didn't see Jabulo out there today. What's up?
Jabula has been suspended for the game tomorrow. Violation of team rules, but should be good after that.
That was a one-game suspension.
For now, it is. Yes.
Where is?
Let me expand on that a little bit.
Go ahead.
When a player does something against our standards or rules, and there's a situation like this, the player is always welcome back, because the idea is that they learn a very valuable lesson and then come back and are even stronger. So that's my expectation with him. I feel like I've had a really good relationship with him since the day he arrived. It didn't look that way the other night. So we're going to correct that, and I don't think there'll be any problems going forward.
You're playing Portland. You've had a kind of a short week, but where do you feel this team is right now going into this game?
The vibes are high. We have momentum. We've played well against three very different opponents. We've internally made a lot of progress in how we want to do things, both on and off the field. I think the players are confident. Staff is doing a great job preparing the players. So, this is a really good opportunity for us to kind of continue that and to advance in a tournament where it gives us more opportunities to compete. We're absolutely feeling good about that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hi, Coach. You mentioned on Sunday getting Portland to open up MLS play when it resumes, and obviously there are, I'm sure, normal type of things you want to avoid in a spot like that. But just for you, what are some things that maybe you'd rather not show or not have, knowing that they're coming around the bend once the regular season comes back?
So just philosophically, I don't think it's a smart idea to hold back when you want to go win a game. What I think is much more intelligent for us to do is play our best game tomorrow night and then reevaluate as we now need to come back into league play, because I know that they're going to do the exact same thing. And that's the give and take, especially when you're playing an opponent multiple times. What you show them the first time is not necessarily what you're going to present to them the second time. And that'll be up to us as a staff and as a team to try to get those decisions right. But in no way, shape, or form are we holding anything back, because this game's important to us. The League's Cup is important to us for all the reasons that I've already mentioned. We feel good about the momentum that we have internally. We want to keep that going, and then we'll deal with the return to league play when that happens.
Kind of like building off of that, you've seen Portland once already here at CITYPARK this year, obviously questioning the circumstances since then. But as you said, vibes are high. Is there some confidence knowing that you had a scoreless draw, and since then a lot has changed, a lot has improved with the squad since then?
Yeah, we look at that game because it can give us some really good ideas about how we want to play against them now. And at the same time, we've had so many changes that we also have to look forward. They've had two really good results in the League's Cup so far and have played a little bit differently. They were incredible on the counterattack. Their set pieces have been ridiculous. So those are just two areas where Portland has improved dramatically, at least in League's Cup they have. And so we have to be very wary of that. Looking back on that first game, yeah, it gives us some information, but I think you'll see that both teams have grown and adjusted and found some success in other ways.
A player like Van, getting better and better the entire year. Is that player that you're beat on?
100%. Like, but he's not the only one. I mean, they're a deep, very talented team. Have a lot of respect for the way they're playing, and they definitely are have some quality players there. So, a lot of challenges for us on the defensive side.
Coach, in previous games, Portland has given the ball to City. They are not a high possession team. With the new players the team has, do you think the team will be able to counteract that better?
I hope so. If they come and play the same way they played here last time, I think it's going to be really important that we do a really good job with the ball. We make them move. We open them up. Jen, we unbalance Portland. And then it's up to us to try to execute. And when those moments don't come off, can we be in a good position to get the ball back immediately and kind of restart that? I think that's going to be one of the keys to the game tomorrow.
With Tim gone, are you going to name officially a vice captain to take his place?
No, or at least I haven't even thought about it. I haven't had time to think about it. I mean, I think we have a lot of leaders in the team that have stepped up with the absence of Tim, which was kind of one of the things that was naturally going to happen. And it's been nice to see, Edu is certainly one of those guys. We put the armband on him on Sunday. When he came off, he gave it to Josh. I had nothing to do with that. I thought he might have given it to Kyle, or he might have given it to Durkin. Point is, we have some guys that are stepping up and coming together, and I love to see that. So I'm going to stay out of their way and let them cook.
Will Edu be the captain if Roman doesn't play tomorrow? Would he be the captain again?
Yeah, I think so.
What have you Edu's gone through the ups and downs of this season for him with guys coming in who he has known, who he has played with before. How is he doing right now?
Yeah, I think he's doing really well. He's stepping up as a leader, but he's such a good person overall. It's not hard to let Edu kind of have his previous relationships with these guys translate into how we're going to play on the field. That's nice to have. It's really good. Again, I can kind of step back and let those guys have conversations. Edu's really good about trying to get information from the coaches and translate that to his teammates. One of the reasons he's a really good leader.
All right, we'll go to 2 questions in the back on the left first.
Coach, I know they're not necessarily like brand new at this point, but in the first Leagues Cup game, you get 2 goals from 2 new guys. How have you seen some of these new guys kind of integrate through this Leagues Cup process? You still have more MLS games to play, but especially the new guys step up, and with Tim leaving, those guys kind of stepping into a lot of roles.
Yeah, I think we've built with the new players that have come in and immediately, infused our attack. They're quality players, Cello, Seti, Simon have all done fantastic. And now we've gotten 2 out of those 3 to play a full 90 plus. That's another bonus for us because now they know they can go from the first whistle to the last whistle. We'll continue pushing the minutes in that regard. But then you also have some added depth. I mean, I thought Jake Nowinski was really good the other night. Josh is filling big shoes with Tim, but did a great job. Akil Watts came on and played a great game. So Indiana Vasilev. So we are kind of cultivating some depth where we can play in different ways and different formations with different personalities on the field. And that's another part of a team growing and developing.
How important is it for you to see production out of these guys like right away when they showed up?
Yeah, I don't want to put that pressure on them, but it is really nice that the 3 attackers have all found the back of the net, and all 3 of them said to me, that after that first one, they start coming a little easier. So hopefully that brings us all a little bit of joy because if they continue to do that, we're going to be in a good position to score goals.
Hey, Coach, I know at the beginning of Leagues Cup, there was the general sentiment that this is a fresh start for kind of everything. Is that kind of mindset still carrying you guys now into the knockout stage? I know you said the vibes are high. Does that kind of fresh start mentality still exist?
Probably not at this point, because we've been together long enough, and we're trying to, we were working on that before Leagues Cup started. I would go back to the Seattle game, building off the positives and going into a tough game at Sporting and having a really good performance, where we almost get a W there, but then carried that into Leagues Cup. So I think for us, the restart is over, and it's about how we're just preparing and how we're coming together more collectively and bringing these new guys into the fold and integrate them into the team. While we've obviously lost, an important player like Tim, all of those things meant we just have to get on with it and do our job to the best of our ability. But that's where, having some momentum and having good energy around our team, some positive, constructive conversations, even if they were hard, have been very, very good for us.
And Totland, you just gave a day off in the last game. So he was okay.
Yeah, he's good. He's a guy that we probably pushed really hard in the month of July, probably more mental than even the physical load, and wanted to, at the same time, felt like Jake Nowinski deserved that chance, and again, like when you're trying to do all the things that we're talking about, building depth, continuity, bringing as many guys into, feeling that they're such an important part of the team, you need to have, more than just an 11 to do that. And again, I'm happy with that so far, but Tott's got a much needed day off.
Everybody else should be good. Health-wise for tomorrow.
Yep. Still, we don't have Klaus, Ras, or Joachim back, but everybody else is good.
Coach, I actually wanted to ask about those three. It seems like they're ramping up at training off to the side. Are you happy with their progress so far? It seems like things are going well.
Yeah, it's just our head athletic trainer, Tyler Harris, is I can't say the word I want to say right now, but he's keeping them working off to the side, and I'm anxious for the time when he'll let me have them with the soccer ball and with the team again.
Oh, your yellow card.
I'm not allowed to say anything, am I?
Well,
I would say it was a well-deserved yellow card.
yeah, what were the Leagues Cup rules? How many yellow cards can you?
I can't comment on any of that, or I'm gonna get in more trouble, and I'm fine enough. So, we good?
All right, I don't
right,
see any questions on Zoom, so thank you, Coach.
Thanks, Justin.
Thank you. Okay, we're now joined by St. Louis midfielder Eduard Löwen. Again, we'll start with questions in the room.
Hey, with all these new faces, and you're kind of right in the middle of them, and many of these guys, how has the adjustment gone to these new faces?
Yeah, very good. And obviously, way easier. We speak the same language. I played with Seti, I played with Hartl, I played with Jannis Horn, who's coming in. So I know the guys already, and trying to help them as good as possible to get settled in here as well. And yeah, the guys are very easy, and this is an easy team and easy atmosphere to get settled in because I think everybody here gets treated very well.
You wore the captain's armband the other night, and how have you felt with Tim having left, your need to step up what you do from a leadership point of view? Has anything changed?
Well, I don't think I had to step up in a kind of way just because I'm wearing or because I've worn the band, and in absence of Roman, I'm wearing it, doesn't change my role in any way, because I try to be a leader in the team the entire time, and in the end of the day, it doesn't matter if I wear that or if not. So I'm trying to do my best, just as before.
I know you and Marcel
are still trying to find your way through the midfield playing together. Is it exciting or a little bit frustrating kind of figuring out that space during a game?
It's exciting because you can tell already with him and Seti coming in, we know each other, and it's kind of you already know what you get, and like in like small moments in the game or couple moments you can already see the quality in easy things, you know, the space they occupy, first touch, and I think we had some really good moments in the last couple of games, and I'm excited. I'm looking forward to getting connected even better and getting into the rhythms with all of them. Also, I think Simon has done a great job in the last couple of games, so I'm really excited.
And speaking to your fellow Germans who you played with in the youth ranks, is it kind of different now that you're in more of a leadership role? They're coming into the team and you can kind of show them the ropes, so to speak.
Not necessarily, no. I mean, like in the end of the day, being a leader of the team or wearing the the captain band or being in a leadership council doesn't mean you are you have a higher position than somebody else. It just means that you have more responsibilities. You know, you have to figure out the group and you are trying to help the guys. You are trying with all the experience and yeah, wisdom you might have in the situations to help out the team. And I think this year has been very challenging sometimes to figure out the group and to figure out what was wrong, because like obviously when you are winning, you are not questioning a lot of things. So in these scenarios, it's not easy being a leader as a team. And I think oftentimes being a leader is kind of like seeking the attention, being in the middle of the attention and trying to also maybe misuse your power. But I mean, being a leader means being humble, trying to lead the guys, trying to help the guys. And I think in a situation like this, the easiest thing you can do is just take a step back and have the other guys figure it out, you know, because like when you're losing or not doing well, and I'm talking for the season, not right now, then it's always a challenge.
Hi, Edu. I wanted to speak about leading. We were talking about the new players, but I want to talk about your leadership of the younger players. I've had interviews with Michael Wenzel, Johnny Klein, Caden Glover, Jay Reed, and each and every time your name came up as people, when I asked them about mentorship or who's helped you out, your name was there along with everybody else's. What's that about leading the younger players and that makes you want to connect with them and help them along their journey?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, that's makes me happy, that humbles me that the guys are mentioning my name. But I mean, in the end of the day, I'm trying to help the young guys, especially because I know how it is. You come in as a young guy into a group of guys that are well more experienced, and it's not that easy to if other guys are not helping you and you are kind of in a situation where you don't feel really wanted in the team. So I think it's very important that also the young guys feel just as part of the team as everybody else. So that's just what I'm trying to do. And yeah.
Somebody do that for you when you were younger? Do you remember any particular players that kind of modeled that for you?
Yeah, not too many, to be honest. Especially in where I grew up, it was always kind of like you come in as a young guy, you have to earn your respect in quite a while. I mean, you have to do quite a lot to earn your respect and to even be able to say something within the group. And that always made it harder, but that made me even more appreciative of guys that tried to help me. There weren't many, but when there was somebody who helped me, that was very important for me and meant a lot for me for sure.
We'll go in the back first.
Edu, I'm curious, you mentioned quality in Justin's question. Clearly there's been a step up in quality with some of the additions to the team, but is there anything else in bringing in this talent, whether it be chemistry or in the locker room, that has led to maybe a better feeling around the locker room and for the future?
I mean, obviously the guys have a lot of quality. The guys Lutz brought in or the club brought in, and I think also it just needs time. It's the same with Hack. Everybody knows he's a great coach and he has great ideas, but the first couple of weeks were very hard for him because there was a lot going on. There was a lot of things he had to deal with. We as a team had to deal with that made it even harder. And we had a lot of games. We weren't able to train a lot. And now that we had a couple more sessions, we had a couple more games, you can just feel that things are going in a different direction. And also, I think the last couple of games, we've shown a lot of improvements, and it's going to take time. It's going to take time. So I think the tournament came at a right timing to kind of reset the season.
You said that winning can sometimes hide some of the issues that lie underneath compared to even the success of last year. Do you think that you guys are in a better place now than you've ever been in St. Louis City SC's history?
I mean, the thing is, you think about last season and you think about, and don't get me wrong, last season was incredible, what we did, and credit to all the guys who contributed to that. But from the summer on, late summer on, we weren't able to win a lot of games. But in the end of the day, everybody looks at, okay, we were first in the Western Conference, which is true. And as I said, we played a great season, but not everything has been great. You know, in the most important time of the season, coming to an end and coming closer to the playoffs, and then in the playoffs, we weren't able to perform, and we weren't playing as we played in the first half of the season. So, yeah, just to put things sometimes in a little bit in perspective.
All right.
Like you're in a better place now then?
Yeah, and that's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm hoping, you know. I know we're in a tough situation, in a tough spot, but I feel like right now we had a bad first half, and now it feels like the energy is there again. I don't know, the desire to win games again, and the way also we play. So I think there's a lot possible, and honestly, my belief is huge that we now in the tournament can hopefully play a great tournament, and then also get the momentum into the league and make it to the playoffs and still make a great season out of it. That's the positive and the negative side of playoffs. You know, in Europe now, you would fight for not getting relegated to the second league, and now you can still have a turnaround of the season, which is good, and we want to take advantage of that.
Okay, 2 more questions here and then in the back.
Edu, Portland is a team that has had success here at CITYPARK. Although this is a different competition, does that provide additional motivation for you guys?
Yeah, definitely. But I think also, as I remember the games versus Portland, especially here at CITYPARK, they know they shouldn't have taken anything out of the stadium, out of the games here in the stadium from us. And I think Portland definitely respects us, and they know that we are a good team, and we always made it hard on them here in the stadium. And I think now we have a great momentum going on. We played a couple really good games. We are excited, and we also know that Portland is a great team. Portland is always a team that you have to give the respect because they have a lot of individual qualities, good players, but also as a team. But they are also vulnerable, so we're excited for the game.
Hey, Edu, coach described Roman as a game time decision for tomorrow. If he can't go, just how would you describe the team's confidence in Ben in that?
I mean, just look at the last game, how well Ben did. He played incredible. And you have to say the games he came up last season and this season, when he came up, he also did well, but we as a team didn't play well. And it kind of looks bad on the goalkeeper then. But I think Ben is a great goalkeeper. Ben has a lot of qualities. And Ben, as I mentioned already a couple of times, Ben is contributing a lot to the team, even if he's not playing. And I think his situation is not easy, not playing almost the entire season. And then like at moments like you have to step up suddenly and be there for the team and have the confidence not being able to play so many games, and I think he did that very well. I think he played the last game. He played incredible, and yeah, so we have a lot of confidence in him. As much as we know, we don't have to talk about Roman's qualities for sure, and obviously it's a huge loss for us, and we hope that that Roman is going to be back as soon as possible.
All right, with that, we'll conclude the press conference. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Edu.
Thank you, guys.